So let's see here. Okay, we'll stay in D, and we'll try to play something called Turkey in the Pea Patch, which is a tune that, this is a different part of Missouri, the Ozarks. A guy named Bob Holt, he's been to fiddle tunes, I think, and he's been played around a lot in his later years. After he got rid of his dairy cattle, he was pretty well chained to the dairy cattle. He used to say, you don't work hard, but you do have to work twice a day, no matter whether you want to or not. In between, you can do anything you want, but twice a day you have to milk the cows, you know. But this really is a Buddy Thomas tune, and there's a really widely distributed LP, and I think it was on CD for a while too, called Hop Up Kitty Puss. And this guy Buddy Thomas was from right on the Ohio River, North Kentucky, and we kind of trace our music in Missouri from Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Missouri. But there's two strains. There's more than that, but simplified. There's two strains of Appalachian music, I think, of Appalachian fiddle style, and one is the highly rhythmic but not so melodic style you'd hear in Galax and the Hammonds family and certain parts of West Virginia. But the other strain is then that strain would have been in the Appalachian regions of Kentucky and Tennessee. But the other strain is sort of the John Ashby in Virginia, Clark Kessinger in West Virginia, Bobby Taylor, who's currently playing there, you may have heard. And then on into Kentucky, fiddlers like this fella Buddy Thomas. And Southern Ohio would have been a guy named Jimmy Wheeler, who was quite well known, and Roger Cooper, who's contemporary of mine. We play a more melodic style of music, less emphasis on bow shuffle rhythms with the bow, and more emphasis on driving with the melody. And so that's kind of the strain of music that worked its way over into Missouri, and I think ultimately kind of became what would be Texas style fiddling too. Is more notey. Even the early Texas, more primitive Texas style fiddling was still very much about note melody, not so much about right hand. So this is one of those kind of tunes because it's pretty melodic, and I'm sure those Buddy Thomas, I bet that Buddy Thomas record's on iTunes or Amazon as an MP3 now. But it's definitely worth hearing.
Is that Kitty Puss?
Pop Up Kitty Puss.
Yeah. It's got a yellow cat on the front of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think I got that.
You probably
on a CD.
Oh, see, okay, so maybe it's still even available.
That was a CD, yeah.
Because that was just earlier was an LP in the early '80s or something. So, but really good playing and really solid, really nice, intricate melodies. So this is one of those tunes. That's a long way of getting there. Here we go in D. Pretty little tune. It's got some there's one like signature thing in the tune that I did a few times, is this kind of little fall-offy chord there. And it uses some chords. Now this I would say is not exactly the way Buddy played it. It's kind of a stylized me version, because I've played it a long time and messed with it a lot. But it's still the same tune. So let's start out. So it's got a clear clearly defined coarse part and a clearly defined high part too. You know, there's a fine part and a coarse part. And so the first little bit now. So one thing I'm going to have you do is whenever I play an open string and it's not a 16th note, I use a unison. So I play the note below. You know, so if the tune starts on A. So I'm going to play this unison. And one thing I do as an exercise to work on that is I go from the notes below, because you might use that in almost any key, you know. So in this tune, in this key, I'd probably play F sharp and open A and just go like this, just for practice, you know. I'd go. Get used to hitting that. Like since we're in D, I'll use G natural. You can do this. You can do something like this. And again, it's just like a practice thing. Just sounds exciting, doesn't it? So it just gives you a facility with finding that. And so you want to do that on all three cases. You know, the unison E, the unison A, and the unison D, because I use that, like if the tune opens with like a quarter note or even an eighth note of an open string, I almost always double it up because it's fatter, you know, it's thicker sounding, you know, not so thin, you know, like you know if you were playing Arkansas Traveler, you know, it just sounds better than going. Okay, so that's just the general idea on those unisons. All right, so this tune starts with one of those, so it'd be, that's the first little bit. So it's unison. Yeah. Okay. The next little bit is like this. So there's a lot of little bits of scale work here. On that one, I'd just play the A open, you know. One more time. Yep. Now we're going to play some chords. Okay, so we're in D. We're going to play some chords around with A. So first thing we're going to do is just try to play a little A arpeggio here, just to get our fingers set. So we're going to start on this A here. Find this C sharp now. E, A, unison, back down, yep. Okay, so the first chord we're going to play is let me just play you this first passage, just listen to it. Okay, so the chords are open A with the E on the D string, pull that, and get ready to push. Oh, somebody's in cross tune. Well, you can still do it. Actually, you can totally play this tune in cross. Yeah. No, you can totally play this tune in cross for sure. It works. Yeah.
What was that again? Sorry.
Okay, so it's the open A with the E on the D string. Then I'm going to play the E with the C sharp on the G string. Make sure it's a C sharp. Okay. Alright. Now just listen one time. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Pull, push. That's the way I'd bow that. So here we go. Start at the beginning. So it's. And the next little bit is. Stop. The next little bit is. That's the ending. So it's, listen one time. That's just a scale. So start on D, open D, start at F sharp and play scale down to the A on the G string. And then the next little bit is. Not so bad, not so bad, you know? Okay, so let me just play it for you. Listen one time. It's a good tune. It's a challenging tune, you know, because you're noting a lot on the G string with across the A chord. I'll play that a little bit for you. Listen one time. Try it with me real slow. Start on this E. Yeah. One more time. Doubling up the D there if you want to. When I play that C sharp, I kind of just put my pinky out in front of it and double up the D. Watch it one time. Watch one time. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let me play it for you one more time, and then we're going to play it together. All right? Listen one time. Kind of slow though. Chord, 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 funny part I put in there, little slidey part that's kind of like the signature little sound of the tune, is that every once in a while you do this, so you go. So what that chord is, everybody find D on the A string with the third finger. Then we're going to play the A on the D string with your fourth finger. This chord here. What we're going to do is, so instead of going, we're going to go. And believe me, it goes by fast. And you're not really going to the next note below, you're just kind of falling off a little bit. You know? Like. Okay, so for right now, we'll call the first part the way we played it before, but we'll come back and as we play it together, we can sneak that in there, you know? Okay, so one more time, let me play you the first part, listen, and then we'll play it together, and then we'll go on to the second part. Okay, here we go.